Listen to the dumb, lying stupidity that comes out of Garfield's mouth. I mean, people really, really, really think this guy is an excellent researcher. This guy is dumb as a box of rocks and as wrong as two left-handed gloves.
Areas, a lot of those people they assimilated, and even you agreed that they may have mixed, right, and did all of this and did all of that, and then you said that some of them even stayed off to themselves and didn't mix, which is possible as well.
Hold on. Repeat what I said, because you might have misspoken a little bit. Go ahead and say it again.
The only way that marker could stay the way it is if they do not mix.
Right.
Now wait, so
saying,
now wait.
No, that's not what Priest was saying though. Priest was not. He corrected.
I know what Priest was saying. But my question is that even like, for example, let's say me and you are blood brothers, and I decide to go marry off and go do something else, and you stay in your culture and you marry within. How we still brothers?
Because we come from Western Central Africa. What happened is it's all over Western Central Africa where we were taken from, and even today, the places where we're from, it's still there in the majority, sometimes up to 100% in some areas.
And the Jews went down into that area you just said.
Yeah, but the Jews.
Okay.
All right, listen. Listen to what I'm saying carefully, right? The Jews, when the men went down there and they slept with African women, right? They created a class called the Luso-African class or the mulatto class. Those Jews were daughters. Those Jews slept with kings' daughters because they wanted to be the ultimate middleman for the slave trade. So the kings who were in charge, who were capturing a lot of prisoners, they would sleep with their daughters, have kids with them, and those kids would be the middlemen for the slave trade.
All right, now let's look into this. This is the information age. I don't see why people tolerate so much misinformation. Did the Luso Jews, which is no such people, did the Luso Jews mate with the daughters of African kings in order to monopolize slavery? While the Luso-Jewish individuals, particularly those involved in the Atlantic slave trade, did intermarry with local Africans in local populations in Africa, including with women from ruling families, it is not accurate to characterize this as a strategy aimed at monopolizing the slave trade. The idea that the Luso Jews, Portuguese Jews, systematically married daughters of African kings to monopolize the slave trade is not supported by historical evidence and is considered a myth. Are the Luso people descendant of Portuguese non-Jews or Portuguese Jews? The term, are the Luso people descendant of non-Jews or Jews? The term Luso generally referred to people of Portuguese descent, not Jewish. While there are descendants of Portuguese Jews who are part of the broader Luso diaspora, the term Luso itself doesn't specifically designate these Jewish people. Instead, those of Portuguese Jewish descent would be considered Sephardic Jews and not Luso Jews, or a larger Jewish diaspora population associated with the Iberian Peninsula. So the Luso people are not referred to as Jews, but are part of the broader, Portuguese people. So the very fact that he slid the word Jews up in there was just disingenuous and dishonest and just completely wrong a wrong interpretation and a wrong rendition of history, and sloppy and just deceitful and harmful.